What's going on YouTube? It's Balthazar3457 and welcome to my final game from the Beginner's Practice League. This was my last game in the Beginner's Practice League before I went off and did some placement matches and got placed into a league. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is a particularly special game because it shows the true nature of Starcraft 2, where it's not over until it's over. So yeah, I'll explain that later. Anyway, I went random. I've been going random. I mentioned that in one of my earlier videos, and this time I got Protoss. And I'm the red Protoss in the top right. My opponent is blue Terran in the bottom left. And like I said, this is a particularly special game because, there's one of those, epic comebacks that take place. You guys will get to see it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So yeah, let's see. He's blue Terran. He's building a refinery. I'm spamming probes from my Nexus. I got my first pylon out. This is my last Beginner's Practice League game, so there's still the destructible rocks. In later videos, I, do the whole ramp thing and pylon to block the rocks here. Stuff like that. Anyway, my first gateway is coming out. I'm also building my first assimilator. Chrono boost. More probes, more probes, more probes. And what's my opponent doing? He's going for a dual refinery. He's mining from his first refinery with 3 SCVs. He's got his first barracks going up. And let's see what he does. I'm quite curious, because I haven't watched this replay yet. So let's see what he does. Is he going to task extra SCVs under the refinery? 1, 2. Okay, he's mining. But how many does he have on actual minerals? He has 9 SCVs on minerals. I'm not sure if that's... whatever. And his command center has now stopped building, and it started again. I don't know. I don't think that was I don't really think that was a good idea. What I would have done is I would have gone for the orbital command as quickly as possible and stopped training SCVs, because you can call down a mule and it should compensate for the resources any SCV would have gathered. 35 seconds, 2 SCVs, that's about the same as far as training time for 2 SCVs. And I think the one mule does much more than double that as far as resource income goes. But yeah, I don't know, maybe that's my opinion. I really think he should be going for his orbital command, instead of leaving it as a command center. And get it as early as possible when I play Terran. And he is building his first ghost. He made a ghost academy over here. And he's researching Mobius reactor. Which one's going to finish first, I wonder? Plus energy to ghosts that have been created, or the ghost? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. And the ghost comes out a few seconds before the upgrade for ghosts comes. So, yeah, that's 25 energy off of that poor little ghost. He's probably going to research Cloak next and then get a nuke. He's building his factory. So my opponent is essentially going for a nuke rush. Meanwhile, back home at my base, I've got a Twilight Council up, I've got a gateway, 2 more gateways building, another pylon on the way. I've got an observer queued up, but it's waiting for the pylon to finish because I'm supply blocked. I'm researching Warp Gate. I've got another pylon building. And yeah, I'm chrono boosting. I've got a Warp Prism and an observer on the way. I'm also researching Zealot Charge, which is also being chrono boosted. I got stuff going on. Stuff is happening. My opponent, he doesn't really seem to have any military units at all. He's just got his ghost. And he's going for a nuke rush. He's researching Cloak. He's got a medevac dropship on the way. And my observer is now currently on the way to his base. I'm building another pylon. My warp prism is on its way. I don't have any military units to speak of at the moment either, but I start building stuff pretty soon. Researching Zealot Charge. My Warp Prism is now finished. He scanned it and saw it, though. So yeah. I think I was, like, distracted with something. I think that's why, I didn't turn these into warp gates and start warping in stalkers. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Anyway, I saw this dropship leave with my observer, but I mistook it for a Hellion drop. I thought it was going to be a Hellion drop because I didn't see the Ghost Academies. I just saw the factory. So yeah. Then I saw this Hellion, which I actually saw on the way. So I thought what was on the way to my mineral line was a Hellion drop, so I built stalkers and I put them over here. As it turns out, it was a ghost drop, so I was sorely mistaken, and I paid the price for that. I have a Warp Prism, I have a drone, I have observers. They're all in the enemy base, though. And he lands his ghosts in my base. He has nukes. Well, he has a nuke and another nuke building. He cloaks his ghosts. I have another stalker warping in because I'm expecting a shuttle. And he calls in his first nuke in my mineral line. And at this point, I actually wasn't sure where it is. I thought I still had an observer here, and I thought it was going to be a nuke for my tech buildings. But no. I was wrong and I lose my entire mineral line. I lost everything but 2 probes mining gas, but they both get killed anyway by the ghost. 36 kills on the ghost. And I was trying to warp in a Dark Shrine for hidden tech. He calls in another nuke. I don't have any military units to speak of. I have 8 gas, 800 resources, and he says GG because he thinks that this is completely over. I figured, you know, I figured out where that nuke was headed. But I bring an observer back. Where'd the observer go? There it is. 2 kill ghost and a 37 kill ghost. Fortunately for me, I've got blink on my stalkers now. I managed to stop this ghost, I think. No, I don't. No, I lose the buildings. And now the ghost dies. 41 kills on the ghost. Anyway, that is the price for misdiagnosing a ghost drop as a Hellion drop and not having detection set up. So, yeah. But what happened and what's significant about this game is the game's not over yet. Look at the replay time. There's 20 minutes left on this thing. We're on faster, so it's not quite that long, but yeah. Thing is, it's not over until it's over. And he called GG, thinking I was toast. And now he's sort of, you know, not doing anything anymore. He's building factories, he's building a barracks, he's building a barracks. He didn't replenish his nukes, he didn't replenish his ghosts, and he's not building anything. You know, he's building 2 more ghosts, nothing out of the factory, and he's expanding to this high-yield expansion, building a barracks, refinery. He's actually pretty well set, and he's continuing the game, probably expecting me to, you know, try and rebuild, but he thinks, at least the way that it looks, he thinks that he's just going to walk in and mow me over. He's building, you know, a ghost, more factories. He's building buildings, but not really building very many units. And he's expanding to the high yield, so, yeah. Meanwhile, I am taking my natural expansion, and I'm still building probes. And I'm, you know, completely out of minerals, because I spent them all to replenish my probe count. And my entire military is an observer, and 5 stalkers, and this pylon, and this warp prism. And my probe that's over here. So, yeah. I discourage another drop by almost killing that shuttle, and I realize, I'm probably going to need more stalkers. And I was expecting an attack on this natural expansion. So, yeah, I kept my stalkers out around that area. That turned out to be a good thing. He did have some more ghosts on the way. But the thing is, I got 50 minerals in the bank and 400 gas. And my opponent, he's got 1,000, you know, he's got less than 100 gas, about to go over. And he's got 1,300 minerals in the bank. What's he doing with it? He's building a command center, he's building a bunch of buildings, he's building many buildings, he's dual expanding, lots and lots of buildings being built, but he's not actually building any military units. He's building a fusion core, and I think what he was going to do was going to go, oh, I'm definitely going to win, so I'm going to... And my pizza's done! I will be back with you guys in just a moment. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and I have pizza. Anyway, as I was saying, this guy basically went, you know, my opponent just lost his entire mineral line to me, to one of my ghost nukes, so I'm going to be all pro, and I'm going to start building battle cruisers, and end this game with a bang. And as it turns out, that was a mistake, because he didn't build any military units meanwhile. And as it turns out, I had Dark Shrine up, and I start harassing him with it. Because you saw that I built the pylon in his base, and I start building, you know, Dark Templar, warp him in, and now it's my turn to cause some pain.